what's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in today. In this video, we are going to break down the process of building a proper 72-hour bag or bug out bag. We're going to start by choosing the pack based on the mission, the scenario, and the environment on which we plan on surviving in. And then second step is going to build out that foundation of survival essentials based on the 5 C's. So let's get into it, starting now.
So how does one go about choosing the right pack, and what does right even mean? It's kind of a gray area, right? So this is what I do to choose the right pack. Number one, it has to fit in my day-to-day life. Number two, it has to have the size and robust design that I want. And finally, it needs to be tough enough to fit in both the urban and the wilderness environments. This entire discussion on choosing the right pack is about as age-old as the AR versus AK discussion, or 45 versus 9mm. You know, do you go with the tactical pack? Do you go with the low-profile gray man style pack? Or do you get like a Jensen book bag or Jansen, whatever it is? That question is not hard to solve when you have a pack like this. With this pack, I can have the best of both worlds. I get the tough design and the organizational functionality that I would expect from a mil-spec pack, but a low-profile exterior that doesn't attract any attention. So that's why I think the Vertx Gamut is the top contender in the bug-out bag game, and here's why. This pack is designed to be low-profile, so when you have a look at it, you see that the entire exterior is slick. It's non-aggressive, there's no morale patches everywhere. There's no MOLLE pouches weaved onto the platform. There's nothing strapped down. It's just looking like your regular pack, and that's the intended purpose. Obviously, comfort is a big deal when choosing a pack. So with the Vertx Gamut, you have very, very comfortable, thick padded shoulder straps with a sternum strap right here to keep that pack a little more secure on your body, like so. There's also attachment points on each side, and then finally the actual straps themselves are easily detached in this fashion. This back panel also has a ton of great padding, including a slick little subtle incorporation of the Vertx logo right there, and also has, and this is nice because I want this in a 72-hour bag, stowable waist straps. So that's also a nice touch on this. And then check this out. This is one reason why I bought the pack. This back panel completely unzips, and here you have an option for concealed carry weapon, 2 mags. Unzip this, option to slip in some body armor. So I thought that was a nice touch, and like I said, that kind of really sealed the deal on spending the amount of money that I spent on this pack. Lots of organizational functionality on this pack, lots of pockets, big deep one right here for sunglasses, wallet, whatever you want to carry in there. Big pockets on the side with lots of spots for lighters, pens, notepads, whatever you want to store in here. Zipper compartments everywhere, just lots of organizational functionality, and actually more organizational design than your average mil-spec backpack. And then probably the coolest feature on this pack, guys, is this. You zip down this panel and look at that. All that MOLLE webbing, all this Velcro, attach your favorite pouches, attach your favorite patches, roll this up like so, and secure it with these straps, and you're good to go. So you literally have a civilian pack that also has the exact same functionality as a mil-spec bag. So that was honestly, that concealed carry stuff was cool, but this really made me press the buy button. Yeah, and before I forget, there's actually a hidden compartment in here. I didn't even know this was here until like a month of owning the pack. So this is nice. Throw a map in here, throw some cash in here, maybe a a bag of tinder. I don't know, whatever's going to fit in that space is going to be perfect, and you honestly just have no clue that it's there. And then of course you expect a pack like this to have heavy duty hardware, quality zipper pulls, quality zippers, and then also a lining on the inside right here. And then finally, this entire pack can secure itself a little bit more from accidental unzips by just clipping in right there, and then you're not going to be able to unzip past this. And what this enables you to do is just kind of open up the top of it without everything flopping completely down. So I thought that was also a nice touch. Now I got to be honest guys, I do miss compression straps. Those are just a nice asset to have on a pack. You can strap a tarp on the side, you can strap a poncho, a bedroll or whatever, but having compression straps on this would totally defeat the purpose of having a slick, low profile look. So I can live without it. Okay, so you've seen the pack. Now let's go ahead and move on to the gear. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I've selected this gear based on the 5 C's: cutting device, combustion, container, cordage, and cover. And then I thought, where did I hear that from, the 5 C's? And the only person I can remember was Dave Canterbury. So I don't know if he's the guy who originally came up with the 5 C's, but it just makes sense when you're building out an essential set of survival gear. So let's go ahead and get started with the cutting device. The cutting device, obviously an essential tool. I have to put my 100% faith in this blade because it's going to perform so many vital functions in a survival situation. So it has to be full tang, no rat tang, no folders, just a solid piece of steel with a handle on it. I gotta have a blade that does not require a ton of maintenance. This stainless steel is absolutely perfect. It also has a steep grind on it. And then finally, it doesn't break the budget. I was shocked to find this Moranaive Cansbowl for, I think it was $40. In the Cansbowl, you got Swedish 12C27 stainless steel, a 90-degree spine right there for use with a fire starter, which is also a great touch. It's razor sharp and also has a high level of hardness and exceptional corrosion resistance. So everything that you want out of a blade for a price that you just, I mean, $40. So for the container, guys, it has to be a stainless steel canteen. And this one, ironically or unironically enough, is by Self-Reliance Outfitters, which just happens to be run by Dave Canterbury. Convenient, right? So all I got here is a SDS Molly 2 pouch, which is standard issue back in the day to the US Army, and stainless steel canteen. Cannot go wrong with this. Put it beside the fire, boil your water, cook with the stainless steel canteen cup, and just tons of options. I know it's a little bit heavier than plastic, but I would not leave home without my stainless steel canteen. Well, I just don't, period. It comes with me everywhere I go. If I'm going out in the woods, if I'm doing any type of training. So stainless steel canteen and canteen cup, gotta have it. For the cordage, I go with Titan Survivor cord. You guys have seen me use this before in probably a few videos. And the advantage to this stuff is all the paracord strands. That's awesome, right? But then it also has snare wire, fishing line, and jute twine for getting a fire going. So you literally have so much functionality from one bit of paracord. So I like to pull all these strands out and then use them individually, which also helps me conserve on the amount of paracord that I use. So for the cordage option, I'm rolling with this. And then you guys have seen this paracord spool before. It's just a nice handy little item to keep my stuff organized and costs like 10 bucks on Amazon. So why the hell not? Of course, protection from the elements is also a damn good idea. So I roll with the Miltech poncho in the sexy Flecktarn camo pattern. Now this poncho, obviously you throw it on, it's a poncho, it keeps you dry on the go. But when you find a spot to set up your shelter, you break this open and you have a shelter right out of the gate. And you can be set up in multiple configurations. It's lightweight, doesn't weigh anything. And of course, I mean, who doesn't like the Flecktarn camo pattern? So it's just a win-win overall. Now, onto the combustion device. For me, it's got to be a fire steel. And the reason being is I just use these all the time. So I feel very comfortable with the fire steel and what I can do with it. Before, when I was a total noob and I didn't know what the hell I was doing, I would have had a lighter. But now that I use this enough, I know that I can spread sparks in a larger area and get a bigger fire going from my tinder than I can with just a Bic lighter, because that's kind of isolated to one spot. With this, I can throw sparks over a much larger surface area. So the Fire Steel is my go-to, and then, you know, obviously you got to have a backup, so that's a Bic lighter. But I just use this all the time, and I strongly suggest, if you guys want to get better with the Fire Steel, is to use it every single time you go out in the woods. All right, cool, that looks good. So listen guys, you've seen the pack, the Vertex Gamut, and you've seen the gear based on the 5 C's. And hopefully you guys see that building a bug out bag does not have to be a complex process where you literally need a PhD to get it figured out. You choose the pack based on the environment in which you plan on surviving. You choose something that is gonna have enough size, it's gonna provide you with a robust design, and it's also giving you all that organizational functionality you want out of a pack. And then finally, it needs to be able to exist in both ecosystems, whether it's the urban environment like what I'm in now, or out there in the forest. Our next move is to add those custom items. So I'm talking the multi-tool, the flashlight, water purification kit, a bottle of lube for those lonely nights. Maybe you need to throw in a headlamp, maybe you're gonna take an axe with you, maybe a bottle of whiskey to drown your sorrows in while you watch the world burn. Whatever the case is, we're gonna talk about those customizations and what works for me, bearing in mind that what works for me in this environment may not work specifically for you. So this entire video is just about providing some inspiration and some talking points to get you started on your bug out bag build. So all that being said, thanks a lot for watching guys. I'll see you in the next video, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell notification so you get that heads up when the new video drops. See you next time.